So, Pokemon. There's a new game coming out.
Hello, and welcome to a new Pixel Talk.
You literally just did that.
I did that.
Wow. Anyway,
You're just so surprised that I actually did that.
I didn't even know we had started recording, and then suddenly we were jingling our way into Pixel Talk. My name is Jake,
And I'm Lute.
and today we're here to talk to you about Pokemon, because there's a new Pokemon game coming out on, I want to say October, is it October 18th?
No, it's November 18th.
November 18th. Okay, so we got some time then.
You're like, I was about to say, holy crap, that is closer than I expected.
Alright, so I got a little bit of time. I just got myself a new 3DS, because my old one gotten lost. But now
No, not stolen.
it got stolen, I
As
think.
in, it fell out of your bag.
It fell out of my bag and into the hands of some
We mentioned that in,
greedy criminal.
I think we mentioned that in a couple Paper Marios, so if you live in the Chicago area,
If you have seen a red Mario 3DS, it's probably mine.
yeah, it has Hyrule Warriors in it.
Mhm.
If you see it, please do the right thing and give it back to Jade.
Even though I already have a new one now, so it doesn't even really matter. But anyway, today, since Pokemon is coming out pretty soon, I had the idea of, sort of talking about what we'd like to see in Pokemon games moving forward.
Okay, yeah, and let's start out by saying Pokemon Sun and Moon, it does look incredible.
Looks awesome.
It looks like they're really changing up the formula. Like, they're kind of breaking the conventions of, like, how you progress through the game with, like, the island system.
Yep.
And the Alolan forms are really interesting.
Oh man, yeah, the Ninetales.
Yeah, I just love the idea of taking old Pokemon and then kind of, like, mixing them up and giving them, like, new strengths.
Yeah, totally. And it looks so cool. I love the atmosphere, like, the whole Hawaiian influence. And
It looks great.
it's so tropical. That's what I loved about Hoenn, actually, is how tropical that region was. And we're returning to the tropics, and I can't wait. So it's gonna be great. But there are things that don't exist in the current Pokemon games, and
Well, don't exist anymore.
don't exist anymore. And by current, I mean, like, as of X and Y and Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, they kind of, like, ceased to exist. And
Because in an effort to make Pokemon more accessible, they kind of took away some of the aspects that really made Pokemon games kind of have that oomph.
yeah, the oomph of, oh man, this is so epic.
Like, you know what I mean? In games, you get the oomph.
Yeah, the oomph.
Like, if you're playing a game, it just kind of oomphs you.
Yeah, and one thing that maybe gave us a little bit too much oomph in the recent Pokemon games is the EXP share. Let's talk about the EXP share.
Now, the EXP share, I'm
It's
pretty
great on paper.
I'm really mixed on the EXP share because it's kind of a modern staple in games to not have to, like, level up each individual party member.
That's fine. Alright, that was not my problem. I'm glad they did that. The problem was they didn't balance the difficulty of the game to that. So if you turned on the EXP share, it's basically turning on easy mode. Is this easy mode? Is what I thought the entire way going through X and Y and Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. It's just that, like, this challenge of, like, actually, like, playing Pokemon is gone. I was one-shotting people in the Elite Four.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite YouTubers, Arlo, described it as Nintendo Easy. Like, in an effort to make the game more accessible, they kind of like, here's a bunch of new level Pokemon. Oh, here's a golden Tanuki suit for you.
Yeah.
You can do it. We're believing in you.
And they're like, oh, but that just proves that they don't believe in you if they have to give you that stuff to begin with.
It also kind of makes the feel of the game suffer too, because your Pokemon are based off investment, and the more you grind with them, the more you're going to be attached to them.
Oh, totally.
And it gets to be sort of a disconnect when you're
And
not leveling them up
This
as
is
much.
coming up right after the two Pokemon games that I thought had the best difficulty balance, which was Gen 5 and Gen 5.5, Black and White and Black and White 2. Even though they're not my favorite games in the series, they had good difficulty balance. It was awesome, and it was hard to actually beat some of the gym leaders. Like, I got stuck. I never get stuck in a Pokemon game, and I got stuck, and I was like, wow, I could get used to this.
Yeah, I feel like instead of the EXP share, why not give you more than one Lucky Egg?
Right, give you more than one Lucky Egg, that's fine. Or if they're gonna give you the EXP share, that works great too. Just make the Pokemon you fight harder.
Yeah,
That's my biggest thing. That's what I wanted to get across there.
You know, don't be afraid to challenge kids.
Because they're smart.
Yeah, when I was a game dev student, the one rule I took away from it was kids are smarter than you think.
And another, kind of going off of that, the next topic I want to talk about.
The story?
No, the story's okay.
No, because I think Gen 5 kind of struck gold with like having a mature story.
Oh yeah,
with
totally.
Pokemon.
Gen 5, as much as people don't like, Gen 5 did a ton of stuff right, and that's another one of them.
Because Gen 6
is
the story
a storybook.
It had some good ideas in it, but Team Flare sucked.
The most interesting part of Gen 6's story was me going into the beauty shop and finding a better hat.
No, I thought the whole Pokemon War was kind of cool.
Yeah, but I kind of forgot about it.
And the one homeless-looking dude, I thought he had some potential.
Yeah, and then like the main antagonist, like I guess had a softer side or whatever.
Yeah,
but it's like, all right, this feels so bare bones JRPG at this point almost. Whereas like the old Pokemon games wasn't about all this other stuff with other characters going on. It was about you. And,
it was.
And I feel like it's become less and less about you every time, and maybe that's what I have a problem with, is like Gen 6 especially. It's like the story wasn't about you at all. Yeah, you won the Elite Four and you became the champion, but it like that
because like throughout the game, like the whole becoming the very best was sidetracked by having to save the world, and I guess I better get back to these gyms again.
Yeah, but see, I feel like Gen 5 did that right, because yes, you like I think it was, I'm not sure if it was the end of Black 2 and White 2 or just Black and White, where you're going to the Elite Four, and suddenly there's this huge interruption by N, and the final boss actually ends up becoming N.
Oh, and he throws out his dread, and you throw out your dread.
That
was a great moment.
So cool. That was awesome, because you still felt powerful. Like, you still earned your right to beat the champion, and you could go do it and do it the right way again, but it's like, all right, it's taking the norm and breaking it when you don't expect it, and that's what makes good storytelling.
Yeah, and I just think like Pokemon has such a potential for a more mature story, not necessarily a dark and edgy one, but just like more emotional characters.
Yeah,
I don't care about my rival anymore.
I know.
I haven't cared about my rival since Gen 2, I think.
I like Gen 3's rival.
It was just May.
May's awesome.
But granted, they did make that stupid kid with the Gardevoir better in Oris.
Wally is awesome. You leave Wally alone.
They made Wally so much better in Oris.
Wally is cool. I looked up to Wally.
He had a good theme in Oris.
Yeah, he did. Anyway, that's the next thing I wanted to talk about, actually, are the rivals. That was the next big point. They suck now. Apart from, like, Charon and Bianca. Man, I like Gen 5 more than I realized.
Charon and Bianca, it had a very interesting dynamic.
Yeah.
They had fully fleshed out characters. But Pokemon can do so much better than just like your smiling, rival, like, oh, I'm gonna beat you, I guess we're rivals now.
Let me tell you
about... you beat me there.
Let me tell you about the X and Y rivals. There are a bunch of kids that I don't remember at all.
No.
And that says nothing. I remember, like, your rival in the first couple games.
Because
like, Silver in Gen 2 was awesome.
And the brilliant thing about Blue in the first game was, no matter where you were, it always felt like he was one step ahead of you. And it was so satisfying to finally beat him in the end.
Yeah.
Like, you walk into every single gym and it says, oh, he was here first, he beat you, he's ahead of you.
It's like, oh, man.
And that gave you motivation to become better.
By him being good, you were challenging yourself. And now it feels like, all right, you're better than your rival, so there's nothing to really challenge you except you have to do it, go through the motions. Without a good rival, you go through the motions, and that's just the way everything works. Like, even in school, you have good rivals. Like, oh, I'm gonna get the best grade on this test. Maybe that's a bad example, but like, you know what I mean, right?
But I'm just saying your rival doesn't necessarily have to be like a super nice guy.
Not at all.
Is Nintendo afraid that kids' feelings are gonna get hurt?
I mean, that would suck. But like, you know what? Kids are gonna get their feelings hurt.
Silver. I was terrified of Silver when I was a kid.
I
loved
Silver.
It.
Silver is awesome. Oh man, give me a rival like Silver.
Because the whole point of the rival, the whole point of the rival is they're strong, but all they want is power.
Yeah.
And what makes you better than them is that you care for your Pokemon, and that's what they are missing, and that is what they learn in the end.
Or I think every one of them has learned it, haven't they? So, yeah. That's Nintendo. If you're watching, I know you're not, but do it, please.
But going on to the next topic, you want to talk about like you think like level design wise
Yes.
it can be more interesting?
Okay, so going back to Gen 2, well, Gen 2 is my prime example of how it should be good. The overall map design of the regions, like Kanto was kind of bland. Hoenn was pretty cool, but it was still there was like a bottleneck halfway through where you had to go through like that route on the top to get to the second half of like Sutopolis and all that. And Sinnoh was like okay, not really memorable. And Unova was a circle.
It was a
circle.
It was this.
It was a circle. And then Kalos was a star. You had a city in the middle, and then everything just like out like that. And that's
everything is shapes.
Everything is shapes and sound effects. But Gen 2, Johto, best region design. And I don't mean this aesthetically. I mean this just as a simple map. All the areas connect together. There's like the ruins of Elf bridge like 3 areas together, right? There's like isn't it like Cherry Grove City up there? And then you go down, you can get to the other cities down there. It's just, okay. Johto map design is so well placed. It's also the only region. Excuse me, I just drank milk. It's also the only region that physically connects to another region. It physically connects to Kanto, and that's why you can get to Kanto. And you can go and explore Kanto too, and see how they connect in a cave, or like around a cave, and that's so cool.
And Nintendo, if you're watching, which I'm pretty sure you're not, you should bring back another multi-region thing.
That too. That was awesome.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, and I'm pretty sure Alola is going to go in the direction of more interesting map design because everything is on an island now.
Yeah.
And take that into consideration that you can now move in like all directions, Pokemon Coliseum style.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that. So, those have been our like biggest points of what we want to see in future Pokemon games.
One thing I want to mention is I want to be able to wander into an over-leveled area.
Yes.
Because so far in Pokemon games, it's like, oh, you can't go into this area until you get the badge unless you're ready. Mm-hmm. But I want to be able to wander in and see like a level 50 Pokemon and like, oh crap, I have to get out of here. I know that you won't be able to run away, but it's like, let me make that a mistake. Don't like bar me off from the area until I'm ready enough.
I know Nintendo, you think that kids won't want to deal with that, but I was a kid and I dealt with that playing any JRPG or RPG I can think of.
Trying hard not to mention Final Fantasy.
Trying really hard not to mention Final Fantasy 12. The first area you go into has a level 40-something enemy, a dinosaur, the Wild Saurian A.
You said it again, Flimsy.
That can one-shot you if you so much as look at it the wrong way. Do that, Nintendo, with Pokemon.
It kind of makes the world feel more alive.
It does. So alive. And those have been our thoughts about Pokemon.
Yeah, we're really excited for the new gen.
We're not complaining. We're just so passionate.
You know, it comes from a place of love.
Yes, it does.
And, you know, we can be critical and still have those healthy discussions in games. We're trying to do that right now.
Yeah.
So, anyways, what are your thoughts on Sun and Moon so far? What do you want to see from the game? You should tell us down below. We'll read it. Yeah, we'll reply to it.
Tell us in the comments.
And keep the conversation going, guys.
We also have a Twitter, which you will see right here, and we also have a Twitch.
Right here.
Yeah, so go and check that stuff out.
Yeah, no, on Twitch, I'm live streaming horror games all month. So far I'm doing it on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Yep, that's true.
So check that out. I just played the LS demo recently. That video broadcast is still up. You can watch me scream like a little girl.
Yeah, I was there eating Chinese food.
It was.
Anyway, see you guys next time. Take care.
See you guys. See you in the next Pixel Talk.